Hey.
Hey.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good.
It's good.
It's going.
It's going. It's been a week. So I've been drinking for a few hours.
Woohoo.
So party hardy.
Woohoo. What you drinking?
I'm drinking rum and caffeine-free, sugar-free Diet Cola. So trying to reduce the hangover as much as possible. I know Dawn can't say the same.
Yeah. Sonia, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking rum and my last 2 cans of Cranger Ale for the season.
Oh,
so
no.
I gotta savor it. Just savor it.
You had to savor it. I'm drinking sugar. It's melon liqueur with a strawberry kiwi juice. So I
like you drink that stuff from the bottle. Like there's something wrong with you.
I can't even remember the last time I drank juice.
Like that stuff only to add
that
to actual drinks.
Juice. Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's syrup. It's not a drink.
Oh yeah, the liqueur. Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's, and it's only like 5%. So it's like you're only drinking a beer, but it's like syrup. It's syrup beer. That's what it is.
It's just to add flavor, whatever.
Yeah.
But if I want to get drunk, I have to chug it. So
oh my gosh, you're gonna be hungover.
I am gonna be hungover.
And like a sugar, not alcohol either. It's gonna be
you better make this episode worth it then.
I'm trying.
Hangover.
Let's see if the topic's worth it, okay?
Okay. I'm ready.
Oh, this one's boring.
Oh, we'll take a different one then. Save it for another time.
Save it? Okay, hold on. I'll save it. Hold on. Let me pick another one. Okay. Let me go through. Oh, I love this one.
Okay.
Yay! If you were a dictator, what type of dictator stuff would you do?
Yes, that's a good one.
We talk about our own country all the time.
I talk about being a cult leader all the goddamn time.
This one's perfect for us. Okay, the word. Because. Oh,
no!
I feel like we're going to be
hangover.
I feel
Rest in peace.
It.
Make sure to drink lots of water, Dawn. That's probably the only thing that's going to save you.
That sugar. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
No, I'm going to die. I should probably grab a ball of water now and like double fist of water juice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually,
every other drink. Yeah. Go do that.
It's okay. We'll edit it. Edit it
out. Drink.
Drink. Because
I'm back.
Woo!
I got water.
Was it lemon?
No, it's grape flavor. But
it's not sugar in it?
No.
More flavor.
No. Juice. It's more juice.
No.
Grape juice with
Naturally
a little bit of water.
Water.
She has to read it just to make sure. She's letting us
Naturally
know.
flavored.
Listen.
That doesn't mean it's good for you. What's in it? What are the carbohydrates?
Yeah. What are the ingredients? If water's not the first ingredient, that's a red flag.
Okay, water, natural flavor,
what?
Citric acid, sodium, hydro. I'm not.
Oh, sodium's bad. That's going to dehydrate you.
That's
salt.
the fourth one, though. The fourth one.
Okay,
and then
look at the label. What's the percentage of salt?
Oh, fucking Jesus. Okay. Sodium is 50 grams.
What's the percentage? It should tell you there beside it.
2%.
Oh, 2%'s okay.
Yeah, we're good.
How many carbohydrates?
It says 0%.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, so that means it's water. It's water. Okay, perfect.
Okay.
We're done. We got it. We're just looking out for your health, Dawn Marie.
Okay. As you pressure me to drink, but look for my health.
Yeah. Like good friends pressure you to drink, but also make sure you'll be fine the next day.
Okay, part of our thing is always we're just like any kind of drink. So we're just pressuring you to drink a drink. We didn't specify what kind.
We want
you
to stay hydrated.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone.
So who wants to go first?
I can. Okay, one thing I would do is everybody has to have solar panels on their roof, and if the roof doesn't face the right way, they need to have like something thingamajiggies.
So something to contribute, like power via solar panels.
Yeah, that's one dictator thing on Sonia Island.
on Sonia Island.
Is everybody has to have solar panels.
Everyone gets healthcare. Congratulations.
You get healthcare.
You get healthcare, and you get healthcare.
Mine would be, I would control the rents. Like, no one else would be allowed to, like, buy a bunch of properties. It would be me, because I'm solely the government.
It's a dictatorship. It's fine.
Yeah, it's a dictatorship.
Yeah.
It's public housing. Everyone has public housing.
Yeah, so I would make public housing. And, like, it would be only, like, 1/8 of your income, no matter what your income is. So if you make a lot of money, it's 1/8 of that. If you make literally nothing, I guess you're paying nothing. Like,
yeah. I mean, like, it's something like crazy high, like 70% of people that live in Australia live in like some form of like public housing, because their public housing is like provided and like has like I've seen some of the apartments that they live in that have like community gardens and shit and community spaces for people. And I'm just like,
is that Dave?
Yes. He took my drink and he's trying to dip his dick into it, and I'm all like, stop it.
Hey, he better put that thing away or we'll put it on a shirt. Speaking of which, if you like nipples.
Yes. I work so hard on those nipples on my MS Paint.
Yeah, we now have a store, and the link I think is in our link tree. It's also on our Twitter. Yes. But and you can now buy shirts and things with a rendering of each one of our nipples.
Yeah, pick your favorite. We'll know. It'll tell us which ones get sold, and we'll know who's the favorite.
Who has the best nips? Yes,
it is a popularity contest now.
If you want Canadian nipples to call your own, check out our store page.
Yeah,
they're there.
Yeah, they're there.
we make like our dictatorship where everyone has to wear like a bucket hat with their favorite set of nipples.
Yeah.
That's like, just part of the rules. Like in public, you have to cover your head with the bucket hat of your favorite nips.
Any nipples. It doesn't have to be our nipples.
No. Any nipples. We just need to know what one's your favorite. Like that should be public knowledge.
It's like a dating profile. Like it's just if you have this set of nipples,
just look at somebody. You're like, oh, my nips don't look like that. I'm not even gonna try. You know?
Not even close. I can't even fake it.
Work. Yeah,
can't even fake it.
No.
Got distracted. You were talking about Australia.
Yes.
Oh yeah. No. I was just saying about public. They have public housing. Like lots of public housing, lots of good public housing, not like poverty public housing.
Yeah. Not
like a majority, more than half of their population is in public housing,
which makes sense.
Yeah. Because it's like a utility. I feel like anything that you require to like stay alive should be provided as a public utility, especially because we literally have an overabundance of everything. We just fake scarcity to like drive costs up.
Yeah.
Because, it's all about the profit margin. So I just feel like, in my dictatorship, everything that keeps you alive, we would be making a public entity and the government would run it.
Yeah. In my dictatorship, I would have, how there's car insurance? Mm-hmm. I would have there can still be private sector insurances, but there would be public, since it's required by law for you to have insurance on your car and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I would have that governmentally funded, not funded, but you pay the government lowest possible fees because you're not trying to get bank.
Yeah.
And all that extra money will go back into social services that need it. Those insurance companies make way too much money.
Yeah.
So and then
go. I was just gonna say that was the problem with everything. Grocery stores, all these private entities taking.
And then funds. If you are a good driver, every 5 years you get a percentage of your money back. The government doesn't get to hold on to your money because the government should be not for profit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, our dictatorship would be not for profit.
I don't mind not living with a lot of money if it meant other people can't get health care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like there's a little give and take there. I'm okay with that. I feel like the government should run as a bureaucracy. It's not supposed to be these figureheads and all this celebrity status almost given to politicians. I feel like it should just be a bureaucracy. You vote for these people and they're just doing public work. You know, like it shouldn't be there shouldn't be some celebrity nature to being a politician.
It should not be a popularity contest, but
you should not have to have rolled a 20 on charisma.
Yes.
Yeah.
It should just be pushing paperwork and doing what the public like votes for, I guess.
Yeah. I would take religion out of schools. Like there would be no Catholic board whatsoever. It would all be public board. There would be no privatized schools. It would all be one fund, one schooling, and everyone gets equal education.
Okay. And you just mean like strictly taking like the school board out, right? Like you'd still teach religions?
Yeah, like
okay.
If you're willing to learn religion, like it could be a course that you is not mandatory. That's voluntary.
Make it like a history course or something.
Yes, and you can choose which religion you want to learn, not just strictly one religion.
Not just the one.
Yeah.
No, my dictatorship would take away all religion. Like I would like extreme it, but like no. Not until we learn our lesson. Like not until we learn to be nice with our religions. Like we need to like, you know, like how like the government needs a redo. Like religion needs like a redo. So there's no religion until you can play nice with your religion.
Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't have churches would be taxed.
Oh,
I wouldn't have a problem. I'd just be like, you know, churches would be taxed. Like they would be treated like any other entity, I guess. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I'm trying to think too. What else?
I know. In our perfect world, childcare would be provided.
Dental would be provided.
Like wherever you work, they have to have daycare provided.
Mm-hmm. Everywhere would be by law needing to have benefits for their job.
Even for part-timers and contract
Even
workers.
Part-timers, yeah.
Unions would be like mandatory.
Mm-hmm.
Good unions, not like pushover unions who are friends with the people making rules and stuff.
No. Yeah. Well, the public leaders of unions should all be voted for as well. Any union, what's it called? Like when they I can't remember the word, but whenever like a company will hire like people to like block unions and stuff to like create like talk to the workers and say if you start a union you're gonna get fired, you know, that kind of stuff. That would be illegal to like do shit like that. Like a union would I would say like a union would be mandatory and it'd just be another function of the government. Like the union leaders would work with the government as well for writing like you know, worker legislation. Like, so it would kind of like all be like that would be the public sector entering the private sector would be the union.
Yeah.
More funding for science stuff. Like anything science, more funding goes to that. Like,
well, that's like under education, right? Education should be free regardless of what it is.
Yeah. But I meant like space travel, Amazon.
It shouldn't be run by private corporations.
Yeah, no. It's
science should
government. Yeah.
Like we own the space program.
We do.
We own the pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
We own, like, we're not, you know, it's not like contracting out to like private corporations that have a financial interest in like what they do.
Well, we don't own everything. That's the whole point. We're going to own everything.
Yeah, we're going to own everything. So they'll have to bow to it.
Yeah.
Every Tuesday, people line up so they can brush my hair. That'd be nice. I just want someone to brush my hair. That's my dictator.
They all have to listen to our episodes of Opinionated Lushes once a week.
Every Friday.
You have to every app. You get that. You get it off work.
Yeah,
like it's like a national holiday every week.
It's like church, but like not.
We got rid of the religion.
Yeah, we're the religion. Let's make this like just
we're the gods.
Yeah. We're past dictatorship. We're now immortal.
we went up. Yeah.
We went up.
We don't half-ass our dictatorship.
No. I'm imagining this like a video game. You know, one of those video games where you basically tell everyone to do whatever you want.
Yeah,
like Sims. That's our dictatorship.
Yes, The Sims.
Yeah, but I'll see all their generations, you know, and I'll see all the changes and know where I went wrong, and then be able to fix that.
Just erase them and start over.
Mm-hmm. New game. hey, God did that a few times, okay?
Yeah,
where he
did.
just wiped out humanity. It was like, new game.
He's like, plague, new game.
New game.
It's like, no.
I'll erase. Like,
Scurvy, new game. Volcano eruption, new game.
Yep.
Too much
Happened a few
incest,
times.
new game.
A new game.
But then, like, somehow the incest won. They're like, you couldn't reset now, and now we're all fucked. Like,
And it was a glitch.
We can do the chicken program that we said
yes,
last time.
yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
so if you listen, was it in our last regular episode we
The
talked
last
about the chicken?
episode. Yeah.
Yeah,
It would be
so we
last
talked-
week.
Yeah, so we talked about our chicken program where basically, depending on your square footage, chickens and other farm animals would be given the same rules as basically regular animals. You know, limit based on your space. And we'd have the rooster truck, which basically, if you ended up with a rooster, and you don't want a rooster because we don't want too many roosters either, a truck will come and pick it up for you, and then you get a coupon for a free box of nuggets. And then those roosters turn into those nuggets. And and there's a 10-cent tax on eggs you buy at the grocery store.
Yes.
If you to basically make you want to have your own chickens.
Make you want to have your own chicken.
Yeah.
Speaking of asshole roosters, mine needs to be turned into dog food.
Oh no.
What did Blackbeard
What happened?
do?
Is he not being a good boyfriend anymore?
No, not to just to the people, to the humans.
Oh, just the people. Yeah.
Yeah. So now it's not just me. It's also Kyle. He attacked Kyle today. I was like, see, did it hurt?
The pecking order changed.
It did. And he's like, I had to get a broom.
He's like, I'm the bigger cock here.
They measured. Kyle lost.
Oh no.
Now, if it was balls, it'd be different. But
That's right. Yeah, no. It was like if you're flinging balls around, you win. But no, it was the pecker.
yeah.
And so Kyle had to go in. But to scare the rooster away, he has to scare the hens, which isn't something he likes doing because you don't want to scare them.
Yeah.
You want them to be sweet. So he's just like, maybe as soon as a new rooster shows up, he will disappear. Because we want a rooster so we could get chickens all year to eat. So you need a rooster for that. That's how babies are made.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So you know. Yeah.
We're getting some sex ed right now.
Yeah. So we have to wait for a rooster to be born and to be grown up.
So you're just gonna replace him?
Just like a switch. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then since Blackbeard's too old, he'll just get turned into dog food.
True.
Oh, he's too old to be chicken nuggets?
Yeah. Once they're 18 weeks, they're too old. They start tasting funky.
Oh.
So you need
What the hell?
You want young, 18 to 24 weeks.
What about chicken breast and stuff? How old do they have to be for that?
18. That's
it's the same for all chickens.
It's all the same.
Oh my god! It's I'm eating a bunch of baby chickens.
They're not baby. They're adults.
No,
they're already.
Yeah.
If they're old enough to make babies, they're old enough to die.
14-year-old girls are old enough to make babies, and I still think they're children.
Okay, are you
so-
comparing women to chicken?
I am.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I am actually.
Human
Yeah.
beings to
Yeah.
chickens.
Yeah,
Humans actually take a long time to mature
that's
compared
true.
to chickens, because at 14 weeks, a chicken can be laying eggs. So
I think I'm gonna join PETA right now because
then
I'm
at
so
2
upset about.
and then
this
at
young
2
chicken
years,
thing.
they no longer really produce the same amount of eggs. So then they become dog food.
So 18 weeks is just before they hit menopause.
Yeah.
So they're
Well-
40, 50.
How? Oh, okay. So then, how
Well,
long did
No,
you?
no,
So
no. For menopause, it's 2 years. No more babies. Like that's around 2 years. 18 weeks when they maturity, pubescent,
Oh,
they start to
sorry,
become womanhood.
I did math wrong.
Yeah, that's cool.
18
That's cool.
months.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Okay,
Yeah.
but like, so then how long do they live till?
like 5 years, 5-6 years. So you have like 4 years of like freeloader chickens. Like you know.
See, that doesn't make. See,
That's what I'm saying. It makes no sense, right?
Just biologically, it would be easier on us if they only laid laid eggs for 2 years, and then the meat was like good from like 2 to 5. Like that would make evolutionary sense for us. Maybe they'll maybe we're the ones fucking it up. It's big chicken fucking it up. Because we keep killing them younger and younger because we keep feeding them hormones to make them fatten up faster.
Yeah.
But now genetically, all of our chickens are just premature, like getting bigger faster. And so we're like constantly having to eat them younger and younger.
You have to give them special feed if you want to have them meat chickens. And then with the meat chickens, they end up so heavy of the meat that they start falling over and like they can't walk anymore. So like
fuck big chicken.
So when you get like a small homestead little farm people, you support them. A lot of the chickens aren't beefed up as quickly as some people do, but people like me, the chicken lives their lives the best they can, and then they get eaten or turned into other animal feed, like the other things we love, our cats and our dogs.
Yeah.
But we don't try and fatten them up.
Yeah. Fuck big chicken. Like we are just killing, like the way we are like processing all of these different like fruits, vegetables, stuff. I have no issue with GMO. Like I have no issue personally.
No, me neither.
But over time, we're changing the evolution so much that like I feel like shit like that's gonna happen, where we're gonna be eating 6-month-old chickens just because we've just managed to fatten them up so fast,
Yeah.
Damn it.
They don't even last 6 months. It's way younger.
Yeah. But
I'm saying PETA.
I'm just saying evolutionary is gonna make it so that it'll be impossible to keep a chicken for 18 months and still be able to eat the meat. Because they're just genetically going to be like, no, we must.
Well, it's because like any animal that like works out too much, like their muscles and stuff, like they don't start tasting good. Like that's why humans like are like younger athletic humans taste better than like older lazy humans. So,
and you know this? You know this like from experience that younger people taste better, like in cannibals.
I read it. There's big cannibals. Trust the cannibals. They know. Cannibals
they do. And they all keep such good records. Like a lot of people that eat people like need to record the experience.
Like it is, it's like this like spiritual awakening for them. They have so much respect for the people they're eating. Well, a lot of violent serial killers know,
but even the violent serial killer ones, they usually have like a ritual leading up to it, a specific part they eat, a specific way they cook it. Like it's never like I would not say never, but it's rarely like where they're like zombified, like just eating human flesh.
Frenzy, it's never a frenzy.
It's usually planned and calculated, and they know what they're gonna do, and they set the table, like shit like that. They cook it.
Like it's like a community event in some cultures. Like it's crazy. So they know. I'm just saying I personally have never tried people. I just know the information's out there.
We just trust the opinion of cannibals
near you ever again. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I would trust the opinion of cannibals over non-cannibals when it comes to eating people.
Well,
I don't know. At what point would you eat a person? I'm just curious. Like, we all have our breaking point, At what point?
Whatever. I don't care. If I have to, I have to. If I go to like a cult, like if I'm like experiencing a culture with another culture that eats people, I'm cool with eating people like that.
Yeah.
I love my dogs and other animals and the deer that run in the fields. I love them more than most people. So like it's. Yeah.
Well, we've heard before my take on eating dogs, which I totally would do. Like,
as long as it's not my dog.
Exactly. And like I would do the same thing with like if I eat cow, I eat beef. But if someone was like, no, this is my pet cow, I'm like, okay, that cow is off limits. I'm not getting that cow.
That's right. They've been hardened.
Yes. It's the animal's relation to a human being, I guess, is my determination. And I feel like if a human being is like, hey, you know what, life ain't for me, but getting eaten would be pretty cool, and they choose that, then I would probably not feel guilty about like trying a nibble. You know what I mean?
Just a nipple? You're just trying a nipple.
I thought you said nipple. Like
I was like, that's it. That's the body part you're choosing.
Yeah,
I was like,
I'm gonna do that for an opinionated luscious TikTok.
Just nipple eating.
I'm just gonna eat the nipple,
like a little pepperoni. Like I like dry it out.
That's exactly the image I had.
I could put it on a pizza. Put like the nipples on a pizza, cover it in some cheese. See, it's good.
There you go. You know, anthropologists have made a pretend meat that tastes like human meat, so they can partake in these types of rituals without actually eating human meat. So we can try and get some of that
someone that ate human meat there to test that it tasted like human meat.
I'm assuming the older anthropologists are like, yeah, this tastes exactly like what I've eaten before.
Okay, for anyone listening and grossed out about cannibalism, search up white people and mummies. It's like a common trend. Like rich people, British people used to eat mummies as a delicacy, you know. So if they can eat mummies, so can I. It's in my culture.
Yeah, because you're white.
Because I'm white.
But then you have to like do the mummy processing. It can't just be a fresh body. If you're saying it's a cultural thing, you have to like wait thousands of years before you can eat a person.
No, they also like ate like slaves and stuff. Like it wasn't just mummies. That's just like what I like to like dip people's toes into.
Oh, you just dip your toe in the.
It's a lot easier to be like, yeah, okay, that makes sense versus than like just like 200 years ago. Like not even that
long ago. It wasn't even that long ago.
It wasn't even that long ago.
It's in your written history.
Yes. You can take an ancestry and see. Like,
or you can see your bloodline, how much people percentage eating is in it.
Oh my gosh, probably. I'm gonna get there
in your
eventually.
Yeah. Genetic makeup of cannibalism.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be
along
so
there
good,
with incest. Like,
yeah, they test for incest already. Actually, thank God.
That's what I'm saying, because they do. That's what I'm saying.
I gotta
go
say
alongside
the amount of
it.
autism. Like that. You know how intense autism is these days.
Yeah.
It's there's definitely fucked up genetics.
I feel like autism was always there, but so many people got first off, so many like non-females were able to like buy, like if they were functional enough, then no one cared because they were men, they could do whatever they wanted. And then there were so many women that like were like, you're promiscuous, off to the insane asylum with you. Mm-hmm. Wait, you were out past your curfew? Time to get a lobotomy. And so like a bunch of possibly female autistics were just like, you know, murdered. So I feel like there was always I just feel like there were so many people that were always autistic that it just wasn't linked. And I feel like most people, if they could go back, like if they once they realize they're autistic, they can usually find a family member. You could probably find a family member who probably knew a family member.
I honestly think half the population is autistic, like somewhere on the spectrum. Somewhere.
It's like 1 in 42 now, I think, is the current
diagnosis rate. Yeah. But that's just because people with autism are breeding and making more autism.
Yeah, because we just keep fucking.
There's a lot of undiagnosed autism from like.
That's what I mean. We're just getting more intense with the autism.
Yeah. And a lot of autistics date other autistics because we're like, oh,
that's my people.
Yeah. Like we just know. Like, I don't know. So, so
you just vibe better with other people that are autistic, that are non-neurotypical. Like, it's just, they are just easier to talk to. You can stammer through sentences. You can be awkward, and they won't really notice you're awkward, so it doesn't really upset them, and they'll still want to hang out with you.
And you can like say stuff straight up. Like I feel like that's my issue with like neurotypicals is like a lot of them like lie or like do like misleading like something or like hint at something. And I'm like, are you trying to say you want to leave? Because you can just like go, that's fine, like it's your life, like I don't care. Like what does that have to, like you don't have to worry about, well, you don't want to eat that, that's fine, just don't eat it. Like I don't understand.
We'll find something else. We'll order chicken nuggets, it's cool.
Exactly. I'm just like, why are you can't it wasn't that good? Okay.
Yeah.
Like, what can I do better next time? Like, don't lie to me about it. Like,
like you can be polite while rejecting something. Like, you don't have to be rude about it. Like, and still be straightforward. Be like, hey, wasn't up to my standards and taste. Can I have something else? Like,
I hate when they're like, oh yeah, we should get together soon. Because then I'm like
5 years later.
It's just like, am I supposed to make the plan? Are you making the plan? Should I message you about it? Like, what am I supposed to do with that? Like, is this for real? Like, what? And half the time it's just something nice they say because they haven't seen you in a while and randomly ran into you in a store. And you just have a quick 5-minute awkward conversation about where you are in life. And
I never know how to answer that because there's not enough detail. They're like, oh, so what are you up to? I'm like, I don't know.
Like this week, this month, this year, like what?
Yeah. And I'm just like, well, in general, I've been doing the same thing for the last 20 years. So, you know, that. But like, you know, you can ask me what I did yesterday or like if I have any new hobbies. I need details. Like, what do you want to hear? Do you want to hear about all the shitty things that are going on with my kids right now? Like, what do you want to hear? Because
ask specifics and then I can answer.
When they ask me that, I start bragging. It's like I'm like, you want to hear about all the stuff I'm doing? Okay. And then I start listing and I'll talk about like our podcast, my music, you know, all this stuff. And I won't realize that I'm like this is rude to do. I'm just answering their question because we haven't seen each other in a couple of years. They asked what I've been doing. Okay. I'm just telling you, it just happens to be a lot of awesome things. I'm sorry.
I went on a trip.
Exactly. It's like, you know, I got married. Like, I'm just saying all these things. And then they'll be like, oh, okay. And then when I ask them, they're like, oh, not much.
Like, what? That's exactly me. They'll tell me their life story or whatever. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's cool. I'm like, I'm like, not much.
not much. Because I like generalize and do the same thing. Yeah. You're more conversation.
I want to talk to them. I'm like, nothing is going on with me. Bye. Like,
bye. I try to have conversations and I think I make people feel uncomfortable. All the time.
You ask a lot of questions when you're talking. Like, you really bring it out in them.
I don't mean to.
No. I try.
To be fair, that's why I started liking you because I'm like, oh wow, she's showing interest, and I'm just like telling you all the things, and I'm just
why are you friends with me? Because I am like the most like, yeah.
But you tell me stuff. Like you say like you're like, oh, I hate talking to people, but you talk to me like. So
yeah, I feel like that's the thing, Dawn. You do that to everyone else, but then to us, you're like, oh yeah, like tell me more, and then you like, and then you're like, here's a TikTok, and you're like, here's a book.
No, if
I have an idea, and blah, 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 to the point, I'm like, shut up, Dawn. And that's just how it goes.
Like we used to have like the group chat when we were like friends with a bunch of other people, and I would always be like blah 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 blah, and then Dawn Marie would send me a message like, oh, they want you to shut up, by the way. Like,
okay. At one point, I left that group chat because I was like, this is too stressful.
I know.
Every time I went in, it was like 60, 100 plus missed messages. I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah, no,
I can't do this anymore.
I would go up to Sonia. I'm like, Sonia, you're talking too much. Like, you need to stop. I'm the only one answering you, and I'm tired of answering you. Stop.
I'm the problem. It's me.
But like, that's our friendship. Like I'll be straight up honest with her. I'll be like, you need to just stop. Just
like boundaries need to be set. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
I mean, with our group chat with just the three of us, I feel like it doesn't matter so much because like we all just know that we'll catch up when we catch up.
Yeah,
like, you know, that's just...
like if I don't talk to you all day, I'll read it by like 9 o'clock when Caleb's in bed, and then I'll answer your questions, and then I'll disappear for another. Like,
there's no
12
pressure.
hours.
There's no pressure. I feel like when it's like 5 or 6 people, that's like too much. That's why I struggle with Discord.
There's too many. I know we have a Discord and I can't. I keep going in and I'll be like, yeah, and then I leave. I'm not mean to be rude, you guys. Like
I share podcast news and I'm like, okay, that's it. Like, bye.
Too many people in the conversation, and like it's I don't know if that's you just saw. And I find that like I also
I just spilled on myself.
It's good. It's like as long as it's not vomit. Blah, blah, blah.
Okay, one time, guys. One time.
We're bringing it up all the time. All the time now.
Listen, that's our memory, our core memory of you now. Like
all these years, our weddings, my core memory is us in Vegas and me going, blah, blah.
just a little dribble. Yeah. I was scarred for that because like I can't do vomit and I'm trying to be supportive. I'm like, are you okay? It was just like I need to look away.
It was
little bit. It was nothing.
Just a burp.
It was nothing.
Came out.
I couldn't stop laughing. I was just
or nothing. It just appeared.
Just whoop.
So I'm just like going like this and I'm laughing the whole time.
I know, I'm like, it's
bad
okay.
Thank God they gave us those free shirts because that's what I used to clean it up.
And like there was a guy, rando guy.
Yeah, random guy we met that was Thor. Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah,
Thor.
Rando guy.
Yeah, and he was totally cool with it. Like didn't phase him at all.
He kept talking like he didn't even stop. Like he didn't notice.
Did not stop conversation at all. He's like, yeah, blah 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 blah.
We should start a podcast. He just kept going.
He's good. Yeah.
Oh, well, thank God. If that had phased him, I might have been embarrassed.
For like a second, maybe.
Yeah, for a second.
I kept apologizing. I was like, sorry, guys.
I'm so sorry. You're like cleaning it up. He took the shirt and just like tossed everything on the floor.
Yeah.
Whoop.
Whatever. Like, we didn't even spend like half the tab, so they saved money on us.
They did. We should have got food. I'm so upset.
The pile of wings.
It was the dancing, I think, because we danced right before that, and then like I did a fireball shot, and like I was still.
I can't move around and drink at the same time. It like my belly's all like nope.
Yeah, I should have like gave it 10 minutes. I feel like, but that was like a victory fireball.
I know you were partying too hardying.
Well, it was our last day.
We all.
It was our first day really party hardying. So there we go. I was just like, fuck this, we're drinking. Plus, our costumes were fucking awesome. I'm saving those forever.
Good. And I love that, like, you just danced around me and I, like, just crouched. And you
we should have videotaped it. I'm sad we didn't get video.
I'm sure there was people with their cameras.
Yeah,
okay?
there was.
But I haven't come across my TikTok yet.
Yeah. So these random bitches.
Just during the biggest Halloween party to videos pop up.
What was that? The Oyo, right? That's what
it was the Oyo. So it was like super cheap, like $2 drinks. Like they didn't care. like
that's the best party though. Like I had so much fun.
Good vibes.
It was
good vibes. Yeah,
it was good vibes. So that would be I think costume parties once a month should be mandatory in our dictatorship.
Yeah.
Cosplay things.
Yeah.
Like Comic-Con. That's once a month.
Gosh. Yeah. It'll be a public entertainment entity.
Entertainment's important.
Yeah, it is important. We gotta keep our people entertained or else they might like
Revolt?
revolution.
That's why
Yeah.
like the Colosseums and stuff is to like keep people at bay.
Yeah.
Like, hey, look, I got you bread. Watch people kill each other.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly. But instead kill each other, we're like, hey, dress up like ooh or something and come
Ooh, girls.
and, and buy some local art.
Yeah. Support the art scene.
That's the thing though. The Comic-Con could be run by local artists. Like, see, so many good ideas. Community building, guys. I feel like that would be my core value. Would be like your living needs met, and then community. And then the rest we can just deal with. Like,
just deal with it as you go. It's
like the things with like capitalism, like you don't need 20 different types of hot sauce. You know, I'm sure 5 different types of hot sauce, but healthcare is covered. I think you'll be able to like deal with it. You might be upset at first.
Yeah.
But eventually you'll get over it, I think.
You didn't get that new ghost pepper hot sauce. Sorry.
Yeah. The minute you get appendicitis,
yeah,
you're fine. You're over the lack of options of hot sauce that all taste the same but are just branded differently.
Just deal with the jalapeno one, okay? You don't need ghost pepper, deal with the jalapeno.
You can make your own sauce with the free gardens everywhere.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Experiment. And then if you want to barter with like your own brand of hot sauce, fucking go for it. Like
go for it. As long as I would do that. I'd be like, hey, Jessica, you made hot sauce. Here's this loaf of bread I made.
Yes.
Trade. We'll make
Except
trade.
for it can only be Frank's hot sauce, which isn't a real hot sauce. It's like an orange sauce. Like it's just it's just a little spicy. Yeah, it's white people hot sauce. Old white people hot sauce.
I like Frank's Buffalo. That's really good. But yeah, no, I'm just saying, like community build. If you're worried about someone's like food, like if you're like, oh, their kitchen might be gross, well, then like maybe you should talk to them about their issues, because if you're bartering with them for food, I assume you're friends.
Yeah,
that's right. Or like instead of bartering for food, be like, hey, can you watch my kids for this carton of eggs?
Yeah,
I guess.
Oh my gosh, were you guys ever in a babysitting pod or whatever?
No.
Okay, no. I was in one for a bit, and I only got like 2 times of babysitting, but it was like such a great concept, but people are flaky. But maybe if it's government run, it won't be so flaky. But it was like people would have like their dates that they need babysitters, and you could offer to babysit, and instead of getting paid, you banked time. And then right? And then you could spend that time for someone else to come babysit. And it was basically, we're all just like bartering our time for like babysitting, but it was in a pod. So you didn't necessarily have to babysit for the person that babysat for you. You could babysit for someone else and like have someone else babysit for you. And then that person could use their time for like another person. It was like, it was really awesome. The 2 times I used
good math needed. Yeah.
It was like a very big, scheduled and everything like that. But it was like such a cool concept of like,
I would love that, because like Kyle and I can't ever go out. Like, we're always on call. Like we like to go out, like we play board games, and like we had to cancel our most recent because we couldn't. Yeah. And then like we're like, oh, like you guys are having board game at your house. Can I bring my kids? Like they're not little, they're teenagers, but like, I would love to like go out and know that my kids are taken care of.
Yeah.
Like I would watch your toddler if you watch my teenagers. Like that.
Yeah.
like I don't have anyone that watches Caleb, like ever. Like the person I trust is my husband and my husband only. And well, my mother-in-law, like I'll leave Caleb for a couple hours, but never overnight. But yeah, overnights, strictly my husband. That's it.
That's who you want to go out with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly it. Like Chris and I mean, I'm for our YouTube followers, I'm all dressed up right now because me and my husband had our date night before we recorded. Our daughter gets dropped off around 2 to the in-laws on Fridays, and then we go on Saturdays for dinner at the in-laws and pick her up. But they don't really take our oldest just because of past behaviors. And now that my oldest is like a lot bigger, they get worried just because they're older. We're trying again in February, so cross our fingers that goes well. So it's like we always have our oldest, but our oldest is only 12 and he has epilepsy and autism. So it's kind of like hard to like really leave him alone on his own. Plus he doesn't get to go out as much. And so anytime like it's like, oh, we should probably like maybe go for dinner. It's like, okay, well, we have to bring him because I feel bad that he can't just go out and like, so alone time doesn't exist.
One day maybe I'll move there or you guys move here and when we're
not moving
you
there.
already
Sorry, that idea's gone. That's done. That's ruined. That was a fun dream last year. I really enjoyed it, but that's not happening.
There's a new dream now.
The new dream is we're gonna find a plot of land that we can all invest in, and then slowly build up on that.
Okay.
That's what we gotta be on the lookout for. Near a doctor,
several doctors for the different specialties we need.
Yeah.
We'll just all go to med school online.
Online. And then by the time we get our land, we'll all be medical people.
Exactly. We'll all choose a different specialty. I call neurology.
Okay. Psychiatry. It's all the brain. We need a physical doctor, Domri. That's you, man.
I was gonna say I'm gonna be physical because, like,
well, but what? There's so much physicalness, like
general.
I was gonna say
general practitioner.
Yeah.
Know a little bit about everything.
I'll be your GP.
Maybe I'll find like a secondary specialty. Birthing, OB.
Oh, I need a secondary. Shit. What do I know about? I only know about the one thing.
Stomach digestive doctor, gastroenterologist.
Oh, yes.
Or whatever.
And pediatric. There
we go.
Tummy and children.
Oh, wait, we still don't have teeth or eyes. We'll have to get the husbands in on this.
That's right.
We'll just all have to learn our specialty. I'm currently taking vet courses, so I'm working on learning the animals.
He needs to be a vet. He's like, but I'm so old. It's like 7 years. I'm like, who cares, man?
So
be a vet tech. You don't even have to be a full
no, because vet techs deal with people, right?
Yeah.
So veterinarians are strictly animals. Like he can't deal with any people. Like that's
I'm just taking vet admin, but like 2 of the courses are for vet techs, but it's basically just to like give you like basic knowledge for when you're talking about the animal's care to the thing. But it's just because I can do it online, and then I can have my vet admin certificate, which means I can work as an admin in any veterinarian office if I decide to ever work outside the house again.
One day.
One day.
I keep trying to get jobs in my profession here, but like they're all like, you need to be bilingual. I'm like, fuck it. Just no adult jobs for me.
None.
I keep trying. And like, I'm never understanding anyone. Sometimes I think I understand because they'll gesture to something, or like there'll be like a word like sack, which is like bag. Like, do you want a bag? And I'll be like, no, I'm good. Just because I know sack is bag. That's it. One word.
Well, it's like Chris's first language is French. He doesn't do it so much now, I think, because he's lived like with me. Like he basically lives in an English household now. But when he goes to his parents, they used to always speak French. Like that was the main language there. And we'd go to Subway, and he would like order a sub, and they'd be like, "Okay, what vegetables?" And he'd always say salad, and then they would get confused and be like, "Did you want a salad?" It only happened like sometimes, but like because sometimes he'd point, but then I was like, it's like he's lettuce. He just lettuce. Like, lettuce because it's like salad is lettuce in French. Yeah. So it was just like little things like that. I mean, he doesn't have an accent, so it was like for them, they're just like, oh, you want salad? Like because they don't realize. Like, but it was just I don't know. Well, make language studies like start young. I feel like.
Yeah. Ooh, my dictatorship is words are spelt the way they sound. Like everything
phonetic?
Phonetic language. That's what it is. Like everything. And then we might have to change some words like night and night. So it'd be like medieval warrior and like nighttime. Well,
they could also just be the same, and just like there's so many words that are spelled the same that have 2 different meanings.
Yeah.
There's words that are spelled the same that have two different pronunciations.
But then they wouldn't be spelled the same anymore because they're now going to be spelled the
red
way
and read are both spelled the same.
Yeah, but now they're not. It'll be RED and then it'll be RED.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
Yeah,
okay.
so they'll be changed. Yeah.
But there has to be other words that sound so we just have to any word that sounds the same, we'd have to change. So what about what would red and red then? Like red
like
is
the
in
color
reading
red
and the color red.
Yeah, you'd be like, oh, the color red. You'd have to put more.
So you're just adding more words.
The book I read.
Yeah. You just have
what
to
if
be more
what
clear.
if the book you read is red?
Yeah, be like, oh, the book I read is the color red.
That sounds so much like you could just say the red book.
See?
What? Oh my goodness. Okay.
There's clearly some cons to this.
Yes.
I'm just saying, my dyslexia says it's better if we just do it phonetically.
I'm trying to think. I feel like creative arts would be more funded than it is now. Especially like music and stuff. I feel like just a lot. I mean, a lot of all school curriculars will be super funded because fuck what they offer now. Like the public school system for extracurriculars is shit and doesn't offer like you have to like have your own instruments in some schools.
Yeah.
Or like use like really
music,
old.
You have to bring your own.
Yeah, and it's like who can just like walk in and afford an instrument? Like not everyone has that ability, so I would make that fine. Like we would cover that.
I would make child minding mandatory. Like for females and males, like it's mandatory. You need to know how to take care of a child in case you end up having one. There's a lot of people who don't know how to take care of their goddamn kids.
Yeah.
And I almost want to make a license.
Yes. You get a test first. You're going to have to get licensed.
Licensed to parent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or
you have to get a license to kill. You should have a license to reproduce.
Yeah.
That's right. You need a license to bring life.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to, for the education, every parent has to partake in the classroom. Like your teachers are not babysitters. They're not there to raise your kids and then complain when they do it wrong. So like you have to have at least like 2 hours a week in the classroom helping educate, at least depends on your job. But like,
that's the thing is jobs wouldn't be necessarily that much of an issue because they'd be controlled by the unions. You're not working to live, this kind of thing. So if this was just like something written, all jobs know that like people with children that are guardians of children in schools will have to contribute the 2 hours in this time frame because we know what our schools are, Yeah. So it'd like just be built into the system. If it's built into the system, like the jobs will find a way around it. That's voting days, your job has to let you do it. Yeah. And we're going to have mail voting. We're going to have drop-off voting. We're going to have early voting.
But it should be mandatory.
So easy to vote that you can't not do it.
Yeah. And it'll be like classroom voting, where like you actually vote for the person you want. Yeah. Not for like, oh, this person is friends with Tommy, so I'm going to vote for this person because I want Tommy to win.
No parties. We're just
no parties.
Yeah. Well, it's a dictatorship.
16, but my dictatorship, we're not going to stay a dictatorship, right? Eventually, it's just to get the system started.
Just like, a restart.
And then eventually the government, again, like I said, will just be a bureaucracy that we just keep voting in to keep things running the way we as the public want them to run. So voting age would be 16.
Yep.
And it'd be cut off at 75.
Like really 16?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I knew it. Like
I think it's 25.
Like no, voting age should be younger. And then the voting cap, there should be a voting cap. Because like 16-year-olds idiots.
No, I was so interested. I was so interested.
We would also have civics courses.
Oh yeah.
Like so they'd be educated 16-year-olds.
Yeah, but there's a lot of Zoomers nowadays talking about misogyny and talking about things that I didn't even realize I was 23, to be fair. So it's like you know, the younger generations are more aware of the world than like even we were, and like we are more aware of the world than like the boomers were. Like, you know, just, you know, we all get a little poisoned, but our microplastic so far is only affecting our reproduction organs, so I think we're okay with that. But
less and less
versus like lead and things. But yeah, no, the voting, because like 16-year-olds are 2 years away from 18, and then they have to deal with all the laws put in place from people they didn't vote for, versus like 80-year-olds that could die that year that are making those votes.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I would say 16. I mean, like, very few 16-year-olds are persuaded by their parents. So like 14 would be, I think maybe like they could be, their parents could be like, you need to vote for blah, 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 blah. 16, they might even just vote opposite just to fuck with their parents. But like, I feel like that would balance things out, you know?
Just balance.
Just balance. Yeah. And like 16-year-olds, that's 16, 17-year-olds, that's a very small population. Like it's not enough to swing the vote, you know? It's not. So it's just like a little teeny blip in there. Get them started in the democratic process so that by the time they're 18, maybe they'll really, you know, figure it out.
No, I think because we don't have to agree on everything.
No,
I think it should be older because your brain's under construction. Your risk and reward is not where it should be yet. You're like, I want to take more risk. I don't care about the consequences. Like you don't think things through until you're a lot older. You're like, oh shit. And then like, there's tons of things. I named my kid Kara and spelled it fucked up. Okay. That's an example. I knew about politics. I'm just saying, you know, 6-year-olds should be in charge of things.
My argument for that would be that I know 40, 50, 60-year-olds that are still voting for shitty fucking parties because they're not smart enough to figure it out. So I'd rather open that up
the education.
Yeah.
We're starting the education. So like for our politics. So
I mean, personally, I would still do it even now because, you know, again, 16, 17, that's a very small percentage of the population. Yeah. But I feel like a lot of 16 and 17-year-olds, especially in the States, I like to like use the States as, because I mean, we're Canadian. We don't have like a very big population, but a lot of our stuff is starting to change too. But it's like a lot of 16-year-olds would have voted against pro-life bills and that kind of things versus all the 40, 50, 60-year-olds that aren't having children that are voting for these laws. So and these laws are affecting these 16-year-olds. You know what I mean?
Especially they will eventually, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you know, 16-year-olds can still get pregnant. So like the right of like not having an abortion affects them. So they should be able to like vote on the processes versus like these 40, 50, 60-year-olds, 70, 80, 90-year-olds that are still voting. Like they don't, though they vote for these laws that have no effect on them. So that's why, like, I argue that, like, the voting age should be a little, again, I don't think 14-year-olds should vote because their parents will, like, hey, you guys, you need to do this, you need to do this. But I feel like by 16, you know, their vote's not going to change the world. So, but it's a good start for the democratic process, I think.
And I, like, this is our dictatorship where all people need to be educated months in advance on policies and stuff. It's not just like, hey, there's an election next week. So like
so many people didn't even know about the municipal election here.
No. There's no information, no coverage. Yeah. So like, since it's our dictatorship and we're focusing more on education, that they wouldn't need to have that stress of voting because they're more focused on the education.
A half credit course like it is here.
Like they don't even teach course. Like it's barely anything. Like you're taught maybe the parties.
Only like the four parties. For some reason, they always keep Green Party in there because like they're the one party that gets like a few more votes. So it makes you seem like, but they get like less than like 2 seats now.
Yeah.
So
it's because they have to like, you can't just vote for whoever you want. You have to do strategic voting now. You're like, okay, I don't want this party to win. So I need to see what everybody else is voting. Before, voting was like all hush hush, like don't talk about who you're voting for. It's a secret.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be persuaded. But now you're like, okay, listen, I don't want this guy to win. Do you want this guy to win? And we're like, no. So who are we voting for? So we make sure they are in the majority. Like that's
So in our dictatorship for the voting process, now again, you can't vote us out as dictators.
We're there. We're all rulers.
We're there until the system is fixed, and then you can vote us out. Well, eventually, like once we get all this implemented. But when you do vote for like your union leaders and stuff like that, like we will make that very transparent and also very easy and mandatory and all these things. Like it's just going to be a natural part of life.
No hidden agendas. There's no small print anywhere. Like it's just like factual. And then you could go to prison. Like say you are like a leader of something and you say you're going to do something and you don't do it in your term, you go to prison because you lied to everybody.
Oh my God. That's darker than where I was going.
Oh, okay.
Rarely do you go dark. I was just going to say they have to fill out exactly their platform prior to like running. So there can't be any guesses about where their stance is on things. Because like Ford ran like in Ontario without any platform. And that wouldn't be allowed to happen. Like on certain things, you'd have to be like hardlined. This is what your plan is, blah, 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 before you can even run. Yeah. But jail's cool.
Jail's cool. Jail's cool. Yeah. Well, our jail system is for reforming only. That's my dictatorship. Yeah. So you need to be reformed on not to lie and trick people. You don't get to trick people and get on with your day. Like, no, you need to be reformed. And then maybe in a couple years after you learn your lesson, you can try again. Prison isn't a few years. I'm just saying. But like,
well, and like our prisons wouldn't be as full because we wouldn't have like drugs would be decriminalized. Yeah. So they wouldn't be like filled with like that kind of stuff. Like drugs are a medical issue. So, you know, we have plenty of space for politicians. Like
plenty of space for politicians.
Plenty of space.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have any more ideas for our dictatorship? I think we pretty much touched education, healthcare, groceries, land, pretty much
property,
everything.
Environmental,
licensing, parenting.
Trash island needs to be taken care of.
Yes, yes.
That would be a top priority too. That's what the science will get, like garbage island space programs, save the sea turtles bullshit, like all that stuff. It's not bullshit. I love the sea turtles. I'm done. Bullshit was just like a general term.
Well, all the private corporations would have really strict environmental things. They just have to
no
follow.
More oil. That'll be gone.
Yeah, gone.
Yeah. So
we'll bring back the dinosaurs. I want Jurassic Park to happen.
Why? They all die. A kid literally dies in the beginning of the second
because
one.
That's a movie. It's not real life.
Yeah, so you're just gonna make real life Jurassic Park, and you're just like, it's fine. It's
you know,
gonna mimic what I'm basing this on.
Like in real life, they're only 2 feet tall. You can take it. It's like my fucking chicken coming at me.
I can't take a raccoon if it's like coming at me. Like I don't know what I can take.
I can't take a Canadian goose, but you want me to take a
that's what I'm saying. That's like size don't matter.
Dinosaurs are way less timid in my mind. I've done research.
Yeah, but you don't know how they're gonna be when they're like reawoken. Like
like they'll be like,
"Whoa, I was supposed to be dead," and they just come out in a rage.
My time was over. How dare you mess with progress?
And breathe in today's air, and their bodies never adjusted to that.
So they just die again. I'd bring them into the world to suffocate. That sounds terrible. No dinosaurs.
Yeah. No dinosaurs.
After we fix Garbage Island.
After we fix the climate, then we'll talk about it.
I'm sorry, Terry the T-Rex. I didn't mean it.
Okay, well, thank you so much for listening. Tell us how you would run your dictatorship in the comments below of wherever you're listening to, if it provides comments.
Yes,
that's cool. I don't know. Some of them do, some of them don't. Like Spotify doesn't, but like other platforms sometimes do.
Good Pods?
Yeah, Good Pods does. Yeah, that kind of stuff. So if you want to let us know. I'm interested personally. That's a me thing.
Like, would you live in our dictatorship? Like,
would you?
Would you? Do you want the dinosaurs?
We can try it. Like, maybe I was over exaggerating about the air. I don't know.
No, but I can't breathe the air. I'm pretty sure the dinosaurs can't.
Maybe we'll have gene editing technology so that we can like edit in like a carbon dioxide gene.
Oh, we could like do like they do on Krypton, where like babies are like genetically modified all the time, like. And then like they're like this, you're gonna be except for like the movies make it bad. We're like,
what if we make them trees? Like we make them like require carbon dioxide but breathe out oxygen.
We're changing their genetic.
Yeah, we're just changing their genetic material and making them like tree dinosaurs.
Or we could plant more trees.
That might be easy.
And then we can like clean the ocean because the water gives us oxygen too.
Yeah, so, like, that would help. Yeah, because algae is like the biggest provider of like oxygen, I think, from like the water. Like, the amount
but you don't want
algae.
too much oxygen because it'll kill the fish. You got science. We'll do this.
Yeah, we're gonna fuck with something, and it's just gonna be wrong because we're not supposed to fuck with anything, but we did, and now it's all fucking ruined.
That's cool.
Okay.
We'll fix it. We'll fix
it in our commune with just the
three of us. There's like 8 billion people, but just the 3 of us. We'll fix everything.
Our superhero complex makes it so. Okay.
That's right. Bam.
Okay. So thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Oh, don't forget, Thursdays. Tune in on Thursdays. We have a new episode called Books and Booze, where we invited indie authors to talk about their books. And we get drunk.
Yeah.
Yes.
Most of the time.
Most of the time.
Just like these episodes, actually. So most of the time.
Yeah. I think that's everything.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Bye. Fuck off.
Get the fuck out of here.